Welcome to introductory lab session for VLSI solid state circuit lab. Today we are going to discuss about the course content, what you will do in these lab sessions, what will be the objective, how will you prepare the reports, and when you come back here, how will you deal with different devices, different ICs that you will use to conduct the experiment. As of now, all these experiments will be conducted using some SPICE software, and as conveyed in last mail, uh, for now we will be using Circuit Maker. So these are the list of experiments that we will be doing. First two experiments deal with CMOS inverter. So usually in first lab, students, they make a CMOS inverter and measure the transfer characteristic. In second lab, this CMOS inverter is used as amplifier. So design of CMOS inverter and its amplifier characteristic will be the goal for first two labs. Then other circuits, usually we do our down conversion using sample and hold circuit, filter design based on switch capacitor, then different type of signal generation such as BPSK, QPSK. BPSK is binary phase shift keying, QPSK is quadrature phase shift keying, PWM pulse width modulation, and PPM is pulse position modulation. So these are different techniques that are used in communication, and one more, if time permit, high frequency oscillator. So today I will brief you about the first experiment, voltage characteristic of a CMOS inverter. So the goal of this experiment is to obtain the transfer characteristic of CMOS inverter and observe its behavior under different frequencies of triangular waveform. So that's what we did in lab. But as far as simulation software is concerned, you can do this and more using the software. So if you look for particular IC where you can use CMOS transistor, here is the picture pin assignment diagram for IC CD4007. It's a MOS transistor IC where if you look at any device, so this is between pin 1 and 2, there is PMOS. So at the bottom between pin and 2, there is PMOS. Between pin 4 and 5 is NMOS. And pin 3 is basically connected to the gate of both the transistors, PMOS and NMOS. So here, all P-channel substrates are connected to VDD, which is pin 14. So you can see here, pin 14, it is connected to the substrate of P channel. So this source of P channel is connected to the substrate. Similarly, the source of N channel is connected to VSS. So this is default setting basically. So if you want to use a bias between, you want to apply a bias between source and substrate, you can use pin number 7 and corresponding source terminal of other transistor. So of course you cannot use transistor number connected between 6, 7, 8 because that is already, source is already connected to the substrate. Similarly, for the P channel device between 14, 13 and 6. Here substrate is already connected to the source. So these transistor, they come in different packaging. One is called SOIC packaging, is a small outline integrated circuit, and another is DIP, dual inline package. It's just that DIP take little less area, but the pin configuration is same. Their dimensions are shown here. These dimensions, for example, for SOIC, at the top you see 0.335, that is in inches, and below 8.5, under bracket, they are in millimeter. So these are typical dimensions of the packaging. Now, if you look at typical CMOS inverter, its transfer characteristic look like the picture shown here. So for a small input bias, output is high, and for higher input bias, output is low. So all of this transfer characteristic can be divided into several regions. V input less than the threshold voltage of NMOS, and that is basically NMOS is in cutoff and PMOS is linear region, and output is very close to VDD. Then second region where NMOS is in saturation and PMOS in again linear region, so output is still quite high but it start to drop. Then near 2.5 or depending on their threshold voltages, this transition curve will be shifted around, and similar for the other half, only the roll off and NMOS and PMOS are reversed. So the design step that you follow, you connect VDD and ground to respective points. So for example, you connect VDD to pin number 2. So here pin number 2 is between pin number 2, pin number 1 and pin number 3, there is a PMOS. How do you know it's a PMOS? Because arrow is pointing from P to N. So from P channel to N-type substrate. Similarly, now you have to sort the drain of PMOS, which is 1, to the drain of NMOS, which is pin 5. So source and drain, their role can be, this is symmetric device. So their role can be changed also. But whatever you choose, be consistent. Now you can connect a 100 ohm resistance between body and the source. That is pin 7 and pin 4. So that will apply a body bias. So you can also find out what is the effect of body bias on the transfer characteristic of a CMOS inverter. Now the example I showed you, I use the 3-terminal transistors, but you can use 4-terminal transistors also, and the procedure remains more or less same. Now using a variable power supply, you can vary the input voltage. So you can use variable power supply, or you can use function generator and vary the input from 0 to VDD. And then you note the corresponding output voltage. Then you can choose the x-axis as input voltage. You can get the transfer characteristic. Then this transfer characteristic you observe for different frequencies, and you will observe some changes. There may be some hysteresis and so on. So that you have to explain. So frequency range you can choose from 1 kilohertz to 100 kilohertz, or even go to megahertz, at least in simulation, and observe the output in XY mode. Then you have to write all those things and make a report. The report format will be as follows. You have to write your name, roll number, and the experiment name. Then you have to draw the circuit diagram, which you can copy from the circuit maker, or if you are using any other SPICE software, you can use that. Then you write the results, transfer characteristic, how does it vary with frequency. Then whatever you have observed, you can discuss that. You can explain the hysteresis. You can explain different power losses, static power loss, dynamic power loss. And then you have to um, upload this file on Moodle by 5 p.m. So it can be 5 minute grace time can be given, so that you be ready beforehand, do the experiment during the lab hour, and you generate the results, make a report, and upload on Moodle. So that you have to do every day. Every um, day of the lab. Okay. So that's all. You already know that list of experiments. Thank you very much.